he hasn't learned that part yet. You're way ahead of him.
Well, I can teach him how to like seagull.
Alright, let him finish his name.
Yeah, you do seagull.
How's he doing?
Super good, Fluffy. I'm going to seagull, Mom.
Woof, woof, woof.
All right, so we have tattoos if you would like to have a shamrock.
Good job.
Was it fun?
I don't think he's ever had one of those little fake tattoos.
It's just water. and it washes off if you use like, you know. And then one day, Mr. Tiger had a very wild idea.
Hello everyone. I just got Sebastian into the shower. I am in pajamas because I took a bath. Jax just took a shower. We're just using all the water tonight, but everybody will be shiny and clean. Anyway, today was a little different. A little bit like our old life. And yeah, let's just talk about it. I can turn this light off now. I was using the light to get the bed all straightened up. We usually just keep it off at night. So, normal morning. We got up, had breakfast, started in on school. I really need to get Sebastian writing his name more. He knows how to spell his first name now. He needs to learn the last name, and he needs to be more confident so he doesn't fight it. He instantly started to fight it when he had a worksheet where he had to trace his first and last name and write them. So I was like, okay, well, you can either trace it and write it, or you can just write it. He chose to just write it, but he still was like fighting it and throwing all this attitude. So I ended up grabbing Fluffy, and Fluffy was going to write his name. So I was having Sebastian teach Fluffy how to write his name and show off his skills with writing his name, and then it went smoothly, luckily. I had also offered up a Hot Wheel car, so he didn't forget about that. Let me see what he's dropping. You okay?
Yeah.
All right. But we made it through school. We did About Me, and he just had some worksheets about himself, and just like a random craft. I just got this cutting activity out of a book we have where you cut out the planets, and he just kind of made his own craft with that. We ended up with 2 crafts, and then we needed to go to the library. We had 2 books due, so we grabbed those. Jack stayed home doing school and watching Piggy because he wanted to do... Did I put his pajamas in the dirty clothes? I did. All right, I need to grab new ones. He wanted to do Halo as soon as he was done with school. He's very into Halo right now. So he stayed home for that, and just Sebastian and I went out to these thrifted Mario shirt and thrifted Mario Kart Wii pajama pants. So we got to the library, returned the tablet he had. He was hoping to get a new tablet, but I'm like, don't hold your breath. They never have tablets for you. They just have these like video ones, which you don't really need because we have video services. And sure enough, no, I'll have to put one on hold again and just blindly get one. But he instantly wanted to get some more books, even though his bookshelf is so full. We've got a whole shelf for library books right here. We can't put any of the new ones out, but Miss Heather, our favorite librarian, she's the head children's librarian, he always wants to ask her for random book quests. And so he's like, oh, Fluffy wants some books, storybooks about puppies. So she helped him with that, but then he realized there was a scavenger hunt, little paper leprechauns in pots of gold hidden around. She was smart this time and wrote names on them, so they're all unique. So you check off the ones you have, and so she's able to help you if you get stuck at the end. She knows which ones you've gotten already. But he did really well. I found a few of them, and then she had to give him a big old hint on the last one. That he got a little, I think, shamrock tattoo, which is still in my coat pocket. But yeah, that took up some time. Looking for books took up some time. And then right as we were checking out our books, they were opening the event room door for a story time, a family story time. I used to do every library class that we could, tons of homeschool ones, book clubs, the art ones, anything they had, we were there. We needed to have a lot of socialization and classes added into our homeschooling. We haven't done anything during the pandemic. They do the story times outside as much as possible, but it's just really cold today. And I think they were worried about drizzle and stuff. So they were doing it inside, and the library was really dead. So I kind of looked at Sebastian and was like, do you want to try that? Do you want to see what it is? He has gotten so shy about things like that because we haven't done anything. He has probably a little bit of nervousness about just being around people, what to expect. He's going to go into a school, so we need to get over that. He started out when he was a baby and a toddler in his little gym classes being very nervous, clingy to me, hated when they'd play pass the baby around and we'd like pass all the babies and get them used to other people. Hated it. But eventually he became the little social butterfly at 3 years old, and that's when we had to stop, 3.5. When the pandemic and lockdown hit, when everything shut down, we did online classes for a little bit until they outsourced them to other schools in Texas and changed everything, so there was hardly any gym. It was more like dance and music and crafts. Couldn't pay the $60 a month anymore for it because he just wasn't interested. and all the classes were during his nap time. So yeah, they ended up closing for good, so we couldn't go back to it ever. This is probably right around when we would think about it, maybe. I don't know. Only if they had masks, and they probably wouldn't, so maybe we still wouldn't be doing it. But anyway, he used to be a rock star at classes, and now he was nervous. He'd been saying no anytime I'd seen the outdoor ones prior to winter, but for some reason, I got him to. I was like, well, let's go talk to the librarian. She's standing at the door. They count how many people go in. And he's like, what's it going to be about? What are we going to do? And she said we were going to read 2 books and we're going to play with shakers. That caught his attention. He saw the colorful box of maracas. So he's like, I think I'll try it. And we got little squares, and I had him off to the side, plenty distance from people. Nobody has to wear a mask. Almost everybody was. There was a mom and a preschooler not wearing it on the opposite side of the room, and the librarian took off her mask while she was doing the singing and reading, but she was a good 12 feet from us. So it's fine. Right now it's fine, I think. Any other time during a surge, of course, it would not be fine. But yeah, he started really nervous. Anytime they would do a song where you're like listening and it tells you when to clap and stomp and do all these hand movements, he was watching me and not the teacher. He would totally have his back to her and doing what I was doing. So I was participating to show him what to do. Once she read the first book, there's 2 books. Halfway through, he asked to move a little closer. And then I hear him say, this isn't so bad. And then by the second story, he was ready to like ask questions. He wanted to know when we do the shakers, but she was starting him right away. I guess it's only a half an hour, so they have to go pretty fast. He loved it. He loved it. At the end, he was like, I love this. I want to do it every time. And he's been talking about it ever since we got home. He wants to do it every time, so we've got to work this into our Thursdays. But yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, that's the good thing about showers. Okay, you have a couple more minutes. It's been 8 minutes. Hi, Pix. Do you want to hang out with us? Come on. Just for a little bit. He's been really good about the whole gate thing being moved. We hate the kids like messing with that gate, so if I can leave it out of the way so it's only blocking the dining room where we have a lot of storage and where we put trash bags before they go out. Anyway, I'm getting all confused and I've been talking forever. All that to say, he did great. Even though he didn't interact with any other kids, he was in a room with other kids, and that was huge. I think he'll build up his confidence really quickly, so we'll try to do more of those. I don't know about the other things like the art classes. Those are after school hours where there'll be a lot more kids and a lot more working closely on tables. So maybe we'll do those. But Miss Heather says they'll do a lot more outdoor, indoor things, like they can open up the door to the event room to an outside area. So yeah, that was great. He loved it. We were running so late though, because that gets out at 2, and we still needed to go to the grocery store. So we quickly did that, came home, ate lunch at frickin' 3 p.m. It was so late. We got upstairs for quiet time at 3:30, so we did that till like 5:15. I got salad fixings because I really wanted like a Southwest salad. I've been craving it for ages. What, babe? What? What?
I have blood in my mouth.
In your mouth?
Yeah.
Well, I can't do anything about your mouth, but here you can try your face. I don't sit in it. I'm in the shower. Alright, 1 more minute. Sorry guys, that's probably so loud. You wanna go back in? Alright, hold on. I'll be back. He's getting out. Okay, I had to get him out of the shower. And then the dog really needed to take a poop, so I had to let him out and I started his laundry. So now we're back. We're running late. But anyway, yeah, I was really craving taco salad, Southwest salad. I haven't been able to get it There's usually a mix that I could get. It's been out of stock, so I got some salad mixes that are similar. Danny got some carne asada for him. I made some beans. We had a delicious taco salad night. Jax was not adventurous. He had a quesadilla, but I had that, had a bath, and hung out with them a little bit, but now it's bedtime. I have to do a beer label. Danny apparently just switched our personal email over, but something's not working right. I don't know. So I guess I can't get my email until I switch things, but I want to change the password first. Okay, yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm going to be up a little bit more tonight. But we'll see you tomorrow. I hope you're staying safe. Be kind, and don't forget,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands.